language requirement, which is B1 level of English required for entrepreneurs, which is equivalent to IELTS 4 in reading, speaking, listening and writing. When you said investment visa, that can start from £1 million to £10 million, and depending on the amount you are investing, you can get visa, settlement from 2 years to 5 years. So the more the amount goes up,
so if you have 10 million to invest,
you
can
get
settlement
within 2 years time in the United Kingdom.
Okay.
And there is no maintenance requirement, there is no English language requirement for investment visa.
Okay, you still can call in. We've got very short amount of time, inshallah, but do call in and we'll take the next call. Assalamu alaikum. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
वालेकुम अस्सलाम, आई एम कॉलिंग फ्रॉम न्यूकासल। मैंने पहले भी कॉल की थी, शायद मेरी कॉल ड्रॉप हो गई थी। विजिटर वीज़ा के बारे में थी। मैंने ये पूछना था कि मैं यूके में काम करती हूँ और मैं अपनी बेबी की बर्थ पे अपनी सिस्टर को बुलाना चाहती हूँ। मेरी 2 सिस्टर हैं, एक ऑलरेडी यहाँ स्टूडेंट थी लेकिन वो जा चुकी है, और जो दूसरी मेरी सिस्टर है उसको मैंने ऑलरेडी बुलाया था लेकिन उसका वीज़ा रिजेक्ट हो गया था क्योंकि वो उस वक्त अनमैरिड थी और उन्होंने ये कहा था कि यहाँ आके ये ट्राई करेगी सेटल होने की। तो अब मैं ये कंफ्यूज हूँ कि मैं किस सिस्टर को बनाऊँ, किसके ज़्यादा चांसेस है वीज़ा गेट क्योंकि मैं नहीं चाहती मेरी वजह से वो फिर रिजेक्ट हो। लाइक जो सिस्टर मैरिड है और वो ऑलरेडी जिसका वीज़ा रिजेक्ट हो चुका है लेकिन अब वो मैरिड है और उसका एक बेटा भी है, या उस सिस्टर का जो यहाँ स्टूडेंट थी और अब वो वापस जा चुकी है, और मुझे कौन से डॉक्यूमेंट्स रिक्वायर है होम ऑफिस के लिए। समझ गया।
मैं आपसे यही पूछना चाहता हूँ कि हालांकि ये बेहतर हो सकता था कि मैं अगर आपका रिफ्यूज़ल लेटर, आप बोल रहे हो रिजेक्शन, देयर इज़ अ डिफरेंस बिटवीन रिजेक्शन एंड रिफ्यूज़ल। रिजेक्शन होता है कि वो कंसिडर ना करके पहले ही स्टेज में आपको वापस डॉक्यूमेंट दे देते हैं कि डॉक्यूमेंट कुछ ख़राब है या कुछ नहीं है, मिसिंग है, इसीलिए वो एक्सेप्ट नहीं कर रहा है और कंसिडर नहीं कर रहा है। और रिफ्यूज़ल होता है कि आपके एप्लीकेशन उन्होंने कंसिडर किया है और कुछ चीज़ें उन्होंने फाउंड की है कि जिस बेसिस पे वो रिफ्यूज़ कर रहे हैं। तो रिफ्यूज़ल लेटर देखना बहुत ही ज़रूरी होता है। मेरे ख्याल से वो शायद ये बोला होगा कि इनफ फैमिली लिंक नहीं है आपके सिस्टर का कि वापस जा सके, वो इधर ही सेटल करने का चांसेस ज़्यादा है। तो हालांकि ये मैंने पहले एपिसोड में भी मैंने एलाबोरेटली बोला था कि उनका फाइनेंशियल सिचुएशन दिखाना बहुत ज़रूरी होता है। आपके पास आ रहे हैं तो आपके फाइनेंशियल सिचुएशन भी दिखाए तो अच्छा है, और आपके जो जिधर उसका एकोमोडेशन है, जिधर वो रह रही है उधर भी जैसे कि वो मेरे कॉलीग ने भी बोला था कि ओवर क्राउडेड ना हो, वो हाउसिंग एक्ट के फॉलो करके वो दिखाता है कि एक रूम में 2 आदमी या 2 रूम में 3 आदमी, ऐसे करके आपको देखना चाहिए। आपको सॉलिसिट, मेरे ख्याल से आप जब रिजेक्शन एक बार हुआ है आप एक लॉयर के हेल्प लेके वो अप्लाई करें। ऐसे कुछ नहीं है कि आपका इस सिस्टर जिसका मैरिज हो गया है उसके ज़्यादा चांस है और जो सिस्टर का मैरिज नहीं हुआ है उसका वो इधर आ चुके हैं उसका ज़्यादा चांस है। ऐसे इमिग्रेशन रूल्स पार्शियली मैटर नहीं करता है। मेरे ख्याल से एप्लीकेशन में कुछ खामियां हुआ होगा जिसलिए वो लोग रिजेक्ट या रिफ्यूज़ किया होगा आपको।
Okay, thank you very much for your question. Callers, we've got very short amount of time, so if you have a question and you want to ask quickly, please do call in. Also, our email will come up on the screen, so you can email us when we're not here, and we will try next week to address your question and get back to you. And let's say I have £10 million and I want to come to the UK and invest that. Do I have to remain in the UK or can I remain abroad?
No, the basic resident requirements you have to fulfill, that is a 6 months period you need to stay in the United Kingdom. But that can be disregarded if you have some genuine reason to be outside.
So I have 4 businesses, 3 outside the UK, 1 inside the UK.
Yes.
And I can't be here for that.
Yes, these are the things they take into consideration. Mostly when you have a £10 million and like a 75% of £10 million has to be invested in a private company shares or government bonds. And rest of it you can even buy a property or keep it in a bank account. So if you have substantial investment or your family members are in the United Kingdom, that shows you have every intention to settle in this country. So that can, I think it become tricky when you are not fulfilling that 6 months period a year. So that is the basic rule. If it is going ahead beyond, then you have to apply with a lawyer to make things to find the exception. And
okay, so you have to be in the UK more than half the time to qualify to
yes.
settle here. Okay, we have another call on the telephone. Assalamu alaikum. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Walaikum salam. My name is Nusrat. It's regarding my naturalization application. Actually, I got my indefinite in 2010 because of domestic violence.
Okay.
And in 2013, I have applied for my naturalization via consul. They just take my life in UK photocopy and my passport photocopy and send the application. And it's 1.5 months has passed and nobody has replied me anything. I asked to the consul, they says we are not responsible. I can't request to the Home Office, they says you can't contact us within 6 months. So I am just between the like I don't know they received the application or is the application in process. They didn't send me any acknowledgement letter or anything.
Okay. Generally speaking, when applications are made like that, it should be sent via recorded delivery or a special delivery services where you can trace and see if it's been delivered. So do you know if it was sent via recorded or special delivery?
No.
Yeah, it sends by recorded delivery. But what happens? Like 1.5 months has passed and they did not send any acknowledgement letter that they received the application.
Have they taken the fees or what have they done?
They didn't take any fees till yet. It's 1.5 months now.
Is that?
I think it is an unusual situation because normally within 1.5 months or within actually 10-15 days they take the money. But our sisters told us that she has applied through nationality checking service route, and they have OISC advisors who are checking the documents, taking copies and returning the original documents. I think in order to check whether they have sent it or not, if they can actually assist you with finding a tracking number, that can be helpful, because the method of sending documents could be with them, because they are the people who sent your application. Normally if you would have done it by a lawyer or privately, you would have kept a tracking number to check whether this money is gone. So you can actually report it to them saying that money has not been taken, 1.5 months has passed, so you have to give at least something to track the application. Otherwise you can directly write to Home Office saying and mentioning your name, because sometimes name and date of birth without any reference number is also sufficient, and try to track your application down, because 1.5 months no money has been taken. That sounds a little bit surprising to me.
Okay, so get in touch with them and find out if they can give you some answers. The Home Office usually tells you not to contact them for 6 months.
That's a norm.
That's a norm. They say that to everybody.
Say, yeah.
So if you're concerned, they haven't taken your money, they haven't acknowledged, and things like that, do get in touch.
Yes.
They do have a number usually they give out.
Yes.
I think it's 0870 606 7766. It's the Croydon Immigration Bureau.
Or better to write them with the name and date of birth, and that makes more
yeah, so
impact.
you can also write to them, so you'll have a record of what you sent to them.
Exactly.
And hopefully they will get back. Usually they take 3 to 4 weeks on the writing?
On the writing, hopefully, yeah, within 3 weeks time they come back to you.
Okay, well, that's all we have time for this week. Inshallah, we'll see you next week, where I will have guests to discuss legal matters. And like we say always, if you have questions, you want to speak to us in Urdu, in Bangla, in Arabic, in Hindi, in English, of course, you can call in and discuss, inshallah. So until we see you next time, it's going to be thank you and goodbye from me, from my guest Arnab. And inshallah, next week, I will try to bring somebody on different matters. And so, tell your friends, tell your family and everyone else that if they do have a legal question, they can get in touch with us. I mean, not everyone can go to Citizen Advice Bureau, make an appointment and travel there and back. So we're just one phone call away. You can also email us, justlaw@iqra.tv, and we will respond to your email and give you directions as to what you can do next. And so until next week, inshallah, Assalamu alaikum. Have a good night, have a good week. Assalamu alaikum.